Yeah, hey guys, it's me again. I know it's been a minute since you guys haven't seen me. So I'm out here, trying to,
Turn left
I'm still
onto
in
North
property
52nd
preservation,
Street.
not as much. So that's why I haven't really put up a lot of videos. I saw some questions that individuals ask, and I was kind of late to respond. Forgive me. I just have some other things going on, but finally I'm gonna try to knock out and put up some videos. The questions and your comments are very motivational. So I feel as though a little bit I have an entitlement to kind of respond to the question and put up some more videos. So what I want to talk about today is the importance of having the right equipment when you go into the field, especially in the property preservation field. So just like any job, you need to have the proper tools to get the work done fast enough and efficient, and
In a quarter mile, turn right toward Lansdowne Avenue.
Basically get it done to where the point you could move on to the next job quickly, which give you more time to knock out more jobs overall, plain and simple. So some of the tools / equipment that you will need in a property preservation field are, let's say, you will definitely need a generator, because you will go into properties that they have no electric, and maybe you're gonna need to go in the basement to let's say you're gonna pump some water out. You're gonna need a generator to plug it up. Put the if you go to Home Depot and rent a pump to pump out the water, or if you have your own pump to pump the water out, you're gonna need some electric to generate the pump and electric flow to be able to pump the water out. So that's one of the main things, especially in the property preservation field, you will need. Another thing you're gonna need your shovel, because in the property preservation field, you cover a lot of different things for property maintenance, and snow is one of them. Part of the season, so you have property you might need a shovel to snow, or if you're let's say you're doing a fall cleanup, might need a shovel to rake when you rake all the leaves together and put it on there to put in the trash bag. So you're definitely gonna need your shovel, right? You're gonna need your rake. Definitely gonna need a rake. You'll need a broom, preferably 2 brooms, the big push broom and a regular broom that you use in your house. You're definitely gonna need your hammer, your drill. You're definitely gonna need a drill. I would suggest a Makito, excuse me, a Makito carless drill. I purchased one, I think maybe like 2015, 2016, and it still worked perfectly. So I can speak highly of the Makito. I had some other DeWalt drill, and they were crappy, because I remember being in the field. I had to board up a property with several windows, and that drill, I had 2 of them, and the batteries ran out on me, like while I'm in the field. And I don't think I had my generator at the time. So that was like the worst, and you're not being productive when you have the incorrect equipment, incorrect tools. So that's one of the main things. Got to have some good drill. Makito or Milwaukee, those are some of the better ones. They're more expensive, yes, but I feel as though they're durable and they last longer, and they will get the job done. You're gonna need your channel lock. You're gonna need your pliers. You're gonna need your different drill bits, because you're gonna need a drill. You're gonna need your screwdrivers, your Phillips screwdrivers. But in regards to that, once you have your drill, you have the, what is that called now? I'm trying to find the proper word for it. The connectors, where you can connect. They have the long connector. You connect to the drill. You have different drill bits you could put in there. So you could, not necessarily drill bits, but different driver heads where you could put in there too. And if you have your flathead, or your in the cabin, which says Star Point, which is Phillips, so that you could interchange them out to fit whatever screw you have or whatever bolt you need to loosen. So that's very, 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 very important to have while you're in the field. what are some of the other things? You're gonna need your hedge clippers. You know, you're going to need your blower. A lot of the blowers that I personally use, I use a lot of Echo stuff that I purchased from Home Depot. Those are the ones I've been using for years, so I could speak on them. They have different models out there in regards to the ones that I use. A good lawnmower brand that I would suggest is the Honda Lawnmower. They're pretty good. They're pretty expensive, but the only thing I dislike about those, because, and I had a work van, and I had a work van. I sold it and got in an accident last year, so I don't have one right now. I have my pickup truck, which I'm currently in. So now when I have my lawnmowers, I'll have to lift them up and put them in a pickup truck. And the Honda one is pretty heavy, but it's very efficient and it gets the job done. I like it. It lasts long, but then I had some issues with the Honda. And the best lawnmowers to use to starting off in property preservation, I would say the self-propel, when you just hold it and it go and you just walk behind it. Those are the better ones. You know, until you get up to the level where you have a driving lawnmower, which I have one of those, and those are a little bit more expensive. I bought a second-hand one, a used one, and I paid maybe $1,000 for it, and I've been using it. This year I haven't really been using it because I kind of scaled back a little bit on the amount of work I've been doing in the property preservation. I've been doing a lot more lawn maintenance now, so I just have my 2 lawnmowers. I don't have a lot of large grass to cut, so I don't really use my driving lawnmowers. It's in my storage unit right now. What else? You're definitely gonna need some flashlights, and you're gonna need the hallucinogen ones, and that lasts a very long time. Definitely gonna need that, because you're gonna need that when you go to certain crawl spaces in some of these properties. You're definitely gonna need that. You're definitely gonna need a knife, some form of knife. Switchblade, you keep it in trouble, because you're definitely gonna need to cut different things, especially when you go to a property and maybe you have to do a winterization. You gotta zip tie, you know, something you might need to cut a zip tie, or if you de-winterizing the property. So definitely you're gonna need like a pocket knife, something that's very sharp. Home Depot sells some pretty good ones. So now what else? So let's just say you're doing a winterization. So let me see some of the equipment you would need for winterization. You're gonna need an air compressor. You're definitely gonna need an air compressor to blow the air out of the property when you're doing like a winterization. So that's something you're gonna need as well, on top of having a generator, air compressor. What other equipment? Let's see. You're gonna need your shovel. You're gonna need your drill. You're gonna need your not fork. I was gonna say pitchfork, but you would need a pitchfork as well, because sometimes you gotta go to a certain property and dig some stuff up. So, you know, I would suggest having one. It's not a need, but it wouldn't be bad to have one, because the thing about property preservation, a lot of times you go to these properties and you gotta do a job like that. I didn't have this equipment, you know. So it's always best to have them ready. That's one thing I've learned. You know, you always want to make sure you have. Some nails always on deck, some screws on deck. Because at times you're gonna need those just on a regular basis. You always want to make sure you have your hammer.
In 600 feet, turn
you always
left
want to make
onto
sure
North
you have
63rd Street.
your WD-40 to loosen up some screws. Sometimes you're at a property, so you want to have some of those other things. You want to always make sure you have your eye protection wear. Always want to make sure you have your gloves, always your mask, because you go to a lot of these properties and there might be asbestos in there, there might be radon in there, all the different dust that could damage your lungs. So you always, that's my number one thing, a mask. Even when you go into a property that looks new or it looks fairly clean, I always tell my workers, my guys, where is your mask? Like, I get very, very irate if they don't wear their mask, because I feel as though I don't want to hear 2 or 3 years from now they have cancer because the property they were working in, or anything of the sort. So your mask. And the best one is the respirator mask. I think I had one in here. I'm not sure if it's in here. Pretty sure it's under my seat. I always have those respirator masks. Those are the good ones. I know they're kind of difficult to get now because of Corona. Oh, damn, that guy just fell off the doggone bike. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Sorry guys, I'm here meditating, but look at my rearview mirror. These guys on the bike just fell. I hope he didn't get pronounced though. He's not dead. So yeah, so definitely you need that. You need your mask, you need your goggles, you need your eye pro when you go into the field. And then when you're cutting the grass or hedge trimming or anything, you're cutting tree branches or anything, you can get poked in the eye by a branch or anything. So I always suggest your eye pro. Safety's first, because at the end of the day, in the property preservation, you're having these helpers and you're not paying them a large sum of money because you're starting out, you're not making any big money, but you're gonna need help to grow the business, right? So you can't pay them a lot. So if they get injured, and it depends on who you're working, they might want to sue you, or if you want to be generous and say, hey, listen, I know you got injured, or whatever the case may be, here go $500-600 to go to the doctors or whatever, So to avoid all their injuries, just always get on top of the case. Hey, listen, put your goggles on, put your mask on, because you don't want it to come back and you be liable for some of the issues that they develop or injured that happened to them, and they're trying to blame it on you. So yeah, those are just some of the tools and equipment you might need in the field. I'm trying to think of any more that you might need. You're always gonna need your gas jug. You're always gonna need your gas. You're gonna need 2 gas jugs. One for the mixed gas when you're putting your weed whacker or your blower, and the gas you put into your generator, and the gas you put into your lawnmower. You're always gonna need that. So you're always gonna have those gas jugs. You always gotta have those on deck. What else? You're definitely gonna need a chainsaw. You're gonna need a chainsaw, and the best to invest in one. And the chainsaws are not cheap. I will tell you that, a good one that is. You could get a good one anywhere from $450 on up, a real good one. You could get and if you're starting off, you could get a used one maybe for like $200 or so. Depends on where. If you look diligently, you might find one for like $180 or something. But a good one, start off, get something. But definitely gonna need a chainsaw. You're gonna need one of those pruners. Definitely gonna need a pruner. Starting off, what I did, I rented pruners from Home Depot. I rented pruners from Home Depot until the point where I was able to buy a pruner. Right now I think I have like 3 of them. So, and you want the one that extend at least 12 feet out, because you can cut the branches from down low. So definitely suggest getting those pruners. Those definitely come in handy. And you have the handheld clippers. One of those, you need at least 2 of those, 2 or 3 of them, because working in the field, you're definitely going to end up losing some of them at times. And trust me, it's best to have like at least 2 minimum. Definitely going to need those. So yeah, guys, that's definitely it. Definitely some of the equipment and tools you might need working in the property preservation field. If anything, have a good one, and I'll be putting up another video pretty soon. All right.